Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. We got a very special episode today. Helping me out with it is Dan, who's going by Tease Me, Please Me today, and of course my co-host Logan Collins. And so yeah, today we are going to be interviewing three members from the band Teaze, they've just released a new album, Rev Your Engines. So we got three of the guys from this with us today. So introducing, we got Mark, we got Jim, and we got Charlie. Mark's already making faces. This is going to be a good one. So,
Can you see me?
Yeah, you're good. I can see you.
Oh, good. Okay. Good.
So, yeah, welcome to the show.
Rock and Metal Extravaganza.
I'm very long, I know. Long name.
Well, I got it right, so that's good.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
This guy in the middle, Tease Me, Please Me. I don't know,
I'll change it.
We both have the same name.
Yeah, Dan, they're gonna forget your name. They're gonna be
Here,
like,
I'll wait.
We got Charlie the assassin here in the corner.
Oh, the assassin.
Looks like the jackal.
Oh. Oh boy.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
All right. So yeah, as I was saying, Teaze, your first album in 46. Oh my Jesus. Oh, first studio album in 46 years. Well, not counting the live album, Live at Liege, which you guys did in 2026. So, yeah, new album. I think this album is actually fantastic. First album in 46 years, but wasn't know what I actually heard about this from. I like to watch all these different YouTube channels as well, and one popped up of Martin Popoff reviewing it. And I'm like, wait, what? There's a new Teaze album coming. So that's how I found out, actually, was through Martin's video. So he mentioned that he actually has known you, Mark, personally a long time, or all you guys, or?
Oh, Martin's been a friend of Teaze for forever.
Wow.
He's got some. He wrote a lot of stuff in his books on Teaze. He's probably one of the most has covered the band more than anybody else. So yeah, cool. we've had a friendship for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool guy.
I'm glad I saw that because I love this album. I was just listening to it again today before we started here. So yeah, I think it's great. But before we get into this album, and I mean we will get to it, I kind of want to go back and kind of go through everything. We won't spend too much time on the older stuff because we do want to obviously promote your new album. So
yeah, cool.
Just curious, you guys, when exactly you guys formed in 75-ish, right, in Windsor?
Whoa, really? It's been that long? Oh man, I hate to admit that. You really have to say that, eh?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sid. Yeah, 1974.
74, okay.
And like a rocket, we went straight to the top by 1976. And then like a rocket, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Yeah, 1974 we got together.
And and then 76 you released this independently, and then it got reissued in 77 internationally.
Yeah, it was there was a couple moves we made there, right? We first of all started in Toronto with the first record.
Okay.
Like a lot of bands, the story's the same. Maybe a perspective we could have while talking about this is, hey guys on the bottom, Jimmy and Charlie. Maybe I'll talk about how we made the record and what happened during that time. And then you guys could maybe talk about, you weren't in the band then, so we could talk about how you felt about it, listening to it as a Windsorite and maybe a Teaze fan. I don't want to use that word.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, of course. I want to include Charlie and Jim in the older stuff too, so they're not just sitting there not having anything to talk about. So yeah, what were you?
Somebody seen the band in Windsor that was working out of Toronto, and Brian at the time was the veteran, and he got tired of the scene in Windsor, and I think he was already doing it for a long time. He's definitely the patriarch of the group, and he decided to take a different road, and he hired three young punks and says we're gonna play high school, We're going to play high schools, and we're going to have a different attitude. We're going to have a concert attitude, and never thought about making records or anything, but we just wanted to just have a really good time and make some music. And so we started like that. And yeah, a guy seen us in Toronto, picked us up, brought us to Toronto. Probably happened in a matter of a year. He had asked us if how many songs you got, and we said, oh yeah, we got about 14, 15 songs, but lying through our teeth. We didn't have a single song. We didn't write anything, you know. And the three of us didn't even know what the hell we were doing, man. We were like kids, right?
That's funny.
It was almost like my first band. I'd played a couple gigs, but Brian was a veteran, and it made the whole thing real because he was already an icon in our area, and he was opening for Kiss and with a dude from England named Joe Conis, who used to play for a group called the Gods. So it was already the real deal. So yeah, we moved to Toronto, made this record, that first record. It was supposed to be a demo. I'm sure that's a story from a lot of bands. You know, they got the same kind of thing. Got released and got some notice. Made in 16 hours for probably like $2,500. Didn't know what the heck we were doing. Brian did, obviously, but we just went in and kicked it out live in a studio just outside of Toronto. And there you have it. That was the beginning of Teaze. And I don't know. Charlie kind of tells me now that it was probably his favorite album by Teaze, which is kind of crazy, right? Because as we go down the line and albums got more expensive and more, in depth. Yeah, Charlie, so I don't know. Yeah, that's about the story on that one.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. Like, I love how it has that raw energy to it. You can tell when you said live in the studio, you can hear it. But it's good though. Like, this sounds good for something that was done like so quickly like that. It's unbelievable. Like the energy you guys have and just all the musicians on all cylinders. And no, Brian's not here, but singing and playing bass like that at the same time. He's just such a phenomenal frontman and just really.
Funny. It's arguably the, we did One Night Stands later, which was such a, very expensive record and really, in the layering and the guitar tracks. And it was just so much in the vocals and not raw like this first record. And arguably the first record was always, in Japan, it was definitely our most popular record.
Wow.
And everything, it never really peaked from there. It stayed the same. Obviously we were doing well, but yeah, for that kind of record and that, there's something in them grooves that people hear, the energy, like you said.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not my favorite record.
Okay.
It's just so raw. You can hear the mistakes, and as a musician, it kind of you get a little twitch every time you hear something. I guess you can hear that on Rev Your Engines, so it's a whole different world. But back then, it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, as a listener, I love that raw sound, though. Like, to me, I don't know. Like, my favorite Kiss album is Hotter Than Hell. Everyone's like, oh, that sounds like crap. But whatever. I love the sound of it. So
Mark, what do you guys think when you heard it? When did you hear it?
Oh, God. I'm trying to think. I honestly can't remember. But yeah.
Well, I can.
Not in 70s. Not in 77, because, yeah.
I know. Sidney was actually the reason I ever heard Teaze was when we did the show, because I never actually heard of you guys until you
Logan's
brought him up.
21, so like
wow.
Pretty.
Where you been, bro?
Yeah.
Wow, where you been, man? You're the hottest thing since sliced bread. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I mean, your guys' music, I really like that 70s hard rock sound, and I hear a lot of, influences from Kiss and other things in that kind of earlier stuff. I don't know if that's Mark, where you guys were getting a lot of stuff from, because I know you were close to like Detroit and stuff, so I'm sure you were picking up some stuff from those bands, right? I would think.
We were talking about it just this morning about the growing up in the Detroit area, Windsor. I mean, Canada basically starts at London, Ontario, and Windsor should just be annexed to Detroit, Michigan, because that's we see their TV, we see their bands, and that's the attitude we grew up with. That Motor City, that rock thing. And it's definitely very unique to Detroit. And when we went to Canada, we were like, they seen us as a breath of fresh air or something really weird. And, it just was just different for the rest of Canada. Okay. Yeah, that's what people tell me. And I can see that. Okay. I was some people say, well, you were ahead of how to feel to be ahead of the curve back then in 1974 with this first record, and you were in Teaze. And, I'm thinking, well, maybe in Saskatchewan or something, we were ahead of the curve. But for us in Detroit, I was dressing like the guys in the New York Dolls, and Alice Cooper was making Killer. And I mean, I don't know what was happening in Canada at the time, but it was cool. It was very cool. And once we got to get into the heartland of Canada and start showing our brand of rock and roll.
Okay. So Charlie and Jim, what were you guys doing around this time? Do you have any like bands that you were in, or did you know Mark back then?
I was in diapers.
That answers that.
Oh, you just joined Sidney.
He's. I wasn't even born, but yeah.
I wasn't even born. You guys
I
are
was born.
cruel. You're cruel, man.
Dan was around.
My parents were 12, so it's just like, yeah. We won't say how old Logan's parents were. Like 2?
Go ahead.
2 and 75. 2 and 75.
Take it, G.
Boy. Oh boy. So yeah. Okay, well, the Jim, what were you doing at the time? Were you in any bands or?
Well, actually, like if we're talking first album, and probably Charlie was the same. We were probably just starting out playing.
Okay.
I mean, I've been playing in bands since I was, I don't know, 14. I started playing drums when I was actually 6, way before I ever discovered Teaze. I actually discovered Teaze with the live album, and then kind of went from there. That was my first introduction to the band, and then kind of backtracked from there, listening to other albums. But during that whole time, and Charlie too, we were playing on the local music scene probably since our teens.
Wow.
And Teaze was kind of when he can attest to this, kind of when we discovered them. They were a pretty big influence on how we approached playing live, I suppose.
Okay.
And that was, to be honest, there was no video of Teaze back then that I ever saw. I was solely basing it on the energy on that live album. Like there's not very many live albums out there that have the energy that album has. And it was a huge influence on me anyway.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'll add, it was because of this book here. Okay. And I found like probably 20 years ago, the Martin Popoff book there. And I found the Tour of Japan album like probably 20 years ago on vinyl, and went backwards and got the whole. So probably was about 20 years ago that I started getting into. I was 3 when you guys formed.
Wow.
So, also in diapers like Charlie, I guess.
Hang on, I got to do the addition. That's 20 years ago. He was 30 when that happened. Oh, that makes him like he's over 50 now.
54.
Hence the white beard.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I should have shaved it just to confuse you
dyed
guys.
your beard white, Dan.
That's funny.
Okay.
So,
on the loose.
Any bands? Any bands that you were opening for or playing with at this time? Any like big name bands that you could maybe just throw out there that you were touring with?
At the time?
Yeah, in '77.
No, we were slugging it out.
Okay.
We went with this dude from Toronto, and he was hooked up with a guy named Mel Shaw that was the manager of the Stampeders at the time.
Okay.
And that was his connection to the music business. But no, he just put us to work, and we started playing clubs.
Okay.
And talk about routing. Whoa. I mean, we would probably drive, I don't know, 2,400 kilometers in 3 nights and play 3 gigs.
Wow.
We would go like from Toronto to Kapuskasing, then we get in the car and drive to Winnipeg.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and that didn't end well. That didn't end well with that company, and hence, it got really crazy. It only went on for a short period of time, maybe a year, maybe less. And we were traveling with his wife, and he had 2 infant kids in the back seat. It was crazy. And we were all living in the same house in Toronto, with these little infants. Yeah, it was wild.
That's crazy.
So, so we were playing clubs, and it ended, and then we did a showcase, RPM magazine, famous industry magazine out of Canada.
Okay.
They used to throw a showcase every year, and we ended up in that showcase because these people we were working with probably didn't have enough money, or they're looking for a private backer, and somebody seen us there. That's who we ended up with. We went to Montreal, We started out of Montreal, and that's where On the Loose and the rest of our history we spent in Montreal with Aquarius Records and Donald K. Donald Tarleton was his name. And we can get into that once we get into the next record. But it was a hard route. But we were young, we were hungry, we wanted to do it.
Nice.
We would do anything.
Kappas casing, wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So we all did our like best song show. I want to ask you guys through as we go through this. I need more water. What would you guys say if you can on the spot pick a favorite song off of this if you were able to pick one from the first album? I know it's tough because it's a lot of good stuff on this, but
Rockin' with the Music.
Okay. Or maybe just one that you find fun to play live, right? Like one of those kind
Boys Night Out.
Yeah, Boys Night Out. Yeah, that's always a crowd favorite.
That was always my favorite out of all the albums.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it's on every album, so you can pick it from every album.
I think that might be a record, right? I don't know. We got to check Guinness. What band puts one song on every record they ever made?
I was surprised it was not on this, to be honest.
It wasn't on the live record either.
No, on Live at Liege. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's right, interesting. Man. Yeah, I was like, what?
Fooled everybody.
Yeah.
It was On the Loose.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, cool.
Actually, the live show on the European, we did end with Boys Night Out. We just didn't put it on.
Oh, okay, just didn't put it. That's funny.
We just couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Was that just done as a joke, or are you just like, we don't want to put this on there?
No, we just couldn't do it. We just, no.
It's kind of funny.
Guys like you would just be ribbing us forever.
No, it's funny. It's a great song, so just like that honestly should have been like a huge hit. Like, I don't know, it's catchy. A lot of your songs should have been like massive, but anyway, so On the Loose.
On the Loose.
Basically, gonna be pretty much same questions for like all these albums, right? Like what were you doing at the time? So if you guys want to just basically, talk about what you were doing.
We started with the new company.
Okay.
First of all, they bought us from the company in Toronto, and at that point, they didn't know what to do with us, and they bought the rights to that first record. And they didn't know what to do with us. So they sent us back to Windsor for a year. Well, we didn't know how long at that time, but they were deciding whether they'd even take us. And they sent us back to here and started paying us weekly checks, which was very cool, man. Who gets paid for this? Yeah. So we sat at the bottom of a famous rock and roll hotel in Windsor, and there was dancers upstairs and strippers by day. And this is where we wrote On the Loose. And spent many lunches with exotic dancers.
Oh boy!
Well, talk about inspiration.
I think Logan's too young to be hearing this.
But I'm not. So go on.
And all the time we were writing for On the Loose, they were deciding what to do, and the first album was starting to get some notice in Japan, and so that definitely perked their ears up. And they went to the Midam convention in Europe. And they were trying to sell the band to different probably distributors or stuff, or they were sitting on a stockpile of that first album too, which incidentally they sold them all to the Swedes in Sweden.
Wow!
And when we went to Sweden a couple of years ago, like 45, I couldn't believe how famous we were in Sweden. And it's directly because of that. They unloaded all this product back in 1977.
Wow!
Everybody in every household had the first Teaze record.
That's wild.
But we signed with them. All of a sudden, the game's changed. Right now, it's the real deal. We're going into a real studio. We have a real producer. We have a real engineer, and we have arrangers. First time we have session people. There's background singers. There's a sax player. There's the Montreal Symphony, and and the piano player and an organ player, and so it was definitely stepped the bar up. It became, and at the same time, we were taking another stab at writing. So all the time our writing was progressing. It didn't, we were just learning back in the first album. We did what our instincts were, what we grew up with listening to. But, then we started, there was pressure to write a hit song, and that's how the birth of Sweet Misery became. And the song like Stay Here. And, we didn't know, man. We were just going by instinct. And radio, and Mike Kozak was just a brilliant lyricist and a wordsmith. He just had a way with words, and I started writing more music, And the first record was mostly Brian, but then again, he was the patriarch, right? So he was he had all the songs. He already had all the shit together. And we were, like I said, we were 3 kids, and he was ready to fly then. So now it's becoming more Mike and I are writing, and we're contributing a lot more. So the album, it kind of reflects that, it's more commercial in aspects. But I don't like the rock songs too much on it myself.
Really? Wow.
People like Martin Popoff, you say, oh, it's the heaviest album from 1977. When I listen to Ready to Move, and I listen to Lady Killer,
wow,
it sounds to me like, they made us play it 50 times, and we were tired. It's getting kind of sluggish. And on live,
I love those songs.
If I know, but if you compare Ready to Move on the Loose, and then you go to listen to the intro on Live at Liège, wow, that we revisit it. It's kicking butt. It's on fire, just, and not that it wasn't great on the Loose. I'm not saying that, but it just seemed like there was a little more studio, and it wasn't as raw as the first one. You wanted it to be raw. When it came to Lady Killer and Ready Move, it was kind of, but the first time we got to make a real record, and our biggest song came from it, Sweet Misery. Yeah. Kind of a contentious song. Yeah. But nonetheless was our hit song. Okay. Crazy story about that song is when that song came out in that album, and our first experience of going on the road was with April Wine, and we did like 35 cities, and we were doing all the big stadiums and in the big coliseums and the P&E, and we didn't play that song. It was crazy. Yeah, because we wanted to rock. We had no time to throw some country ballad in that was
you could have, because April Wine had those type of songs too, right? So you could have done it, like Rock and Roll's a Vicious Game, that kind of stuff.
Anybody would have done it. Yeah, we did it in 2018 in the reunion show, and it was brilliant. It's on YouTube. That the night we played it, it's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, no, it was just pure kid stupidity. I don't know.
I think it's a fun song, right?
Allowed it. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they were kind of hypnotized by the band. They were listening to us, and we were all in the same groove. Yeah. But they wanted the hit song, and that's how that became. It was a last minute addition to On the Loose. Chuck Price came with the last minute because everybody was going, well, maybe there isn't a hit song, and that's how Sweet Misery was born. And it wasn't a song, so there really wasn't an idea of the arrangement. So they were just throwing stuff at it. Well, let's bring in Dwayne Ford from the Patsy Gallant. She was a famous singer, and her husband played piano. And he started putting that country feel piano, which is brilliant. Made it totally commercial, right? But all of a sudden, it wasn't so much Teaze. And we kind of freaked out. We were probably just numb and freaked out about it. And that's what happened.
Yeah, Mark, I had a question about this album. I didn't know if there's a reason why you guys decided to cover "Gonna Have a Good Time Tonight," which was Harry Young wrote that song, I think. Yeah, maybe something.
Yeah, Band Young.
I didn't know if there was any specific reason you guys just dug that song, or was it just
That's funny. I think the label brought it. I think there was a guy called Skippy Snare. Wow, what a flamboyant, terrific man. I think we got to be on another channel to tell you stories about Skippy. And Skippy was famous for hanging around with the Stones, and he was in that big schmozzle when Keith got busted in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
He was in the center of all of that. And Skippy was actually the guy who discovered the band. He heard us from somewhere, and he told Donald K. Donald and Terry Flood of Aquarius, he says, you got to see these guys. And that's how they ended up in Toronto at that showcase thing.
Wow.
But I think maybe he was the one that brought that song. And I don't know why. It was a great song. And then later In Excess did it and made a lot of money.
Did In Excess?
They did the same song.
I'm trying to think of that. Really? Okay.
Yes, they did.
Honestly, I didn't know it was a cover when I heard it. I'm like, this sounds familiar. So maybe I did actually hear it before.
Well, the lyrics sound pretty dated, like when you something you'd hear like in the old days. Like
it's a rock and roll song, right? But I have a good time tonight. It's just like,
good way to kick the album off. I thought,
it's a high energy song.
It was great on tour in Japan, and it was great on Live at Liège.
Yeah,
I mean, smoking tune, classic Teaze. Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
But back to the Sweet Misery thing, I remember reading like an interview with Chuck Price actually from a while ago, and he mentioned something about like some older people would show up to the show expecting a bunch of songs like that, and then getting their faces blown off with the high energy stuff.
Going across Canada for the first time, all people knew about Teaze opening for April Wine was Sweet Misery.
Yeah.
They had no freaking clue what they were going to see. Nothing.
Okay.
They were probably expecting the Good Brothers to come out and play Sweet Misery with some cowboy hats or something. And we come out with spandex and rhinestones and big shoes, those elevator.
You're opening for April Wine. They should have some clue that you're a rock band.
Like, we're doing a dance called the Trot for Hot to Trot. Wow, there's a memory. We used to do the Hot to Trot dance.
How do you remember that kind of stuff?
Every time we would do it, Kozak would throw sticks at us from the drum riser. And he says, "You look like a couple of idiots. Will you quit doing that?"
That's funny.
And he used to be on stage left, I'd be on stage right. And the lick Charlie. And then we do this high kick, like some Rockette style. Stupid. I don't know why I told you that. Sorry.
Oh, that's fun.
Just went off on a tangent.
It's hilarious. Yeah, so basically same thing. You guys, what were you guys doing around this time, Jim? I mean, it's only 1 year later, so it's not going to be
They weren't doing the Trot.
Too much different. No.
I was still in diapers.
You were still in diapers. Well, yeah, I know. God, we're gonna have to get to like 1980 even.
I love this show. What's going on? We do this every week,
Jim.
We were, I think,
pretty much the same. It's 1 year later, right?
We were just getting started. In our musical endeavors.
Yeah, cool.
Here's a story.
Okay.
In between these two albums, right? We made the first album, we're dumping that company, and now we meet these new people and we're going with the real deal. We learned it was the real deal because one night we were really broke and we were back in Toronto and we were really pissed off at what was going on with that routing, going to Kapuskasing and whatever we were doing and ending up in hotels where you'd see like a chopped thumb on the front counter. Yeah, it was just scary for a while. So we called these dudes up. They were in Toronto. When we were in Toronto, he says, "You got to meet us, man. It's like things are dire and we're not happy and we think you're getting screwed too. And let's just discuss this." No, we can't meet you. Finally, they agreed to meet us. And when we make our way downtown on the subway, looking like a bunch of dirt bags. And we walked into this Millionaires Hotel. We didn't even know these people. This is really first time sitting down with them. And they escorted us to the back. And there they were sitting with Mick Jagger and Ron Wood.
Wow.
And we were like, wow, you're with the right people all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
It's just a stroke of luck, right place at the right time. We had the right attitude and we seem to have potential. So, but yeah, crazy.
Did you ever hang out with the Stones guys at all, or?
Yeah, well, we got to sit there for a couple hours, have some drinks.
Okay, cool.
And just kind of sit there with my jaw, down on the table.
Become a fanboy and just start like.
Yeah, I was a fanboy. That's right. Yeah, I didn't say anything. I just couldn't believe it.
Staring at them, just like.
Yeah. How do you go from pissed off to riding in the subway, and then and you get into a room and you're sitting with Mick and he's telling jokes and having hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
And then when we're leaving. In fine Kozak style, he looks at Ronnie Wood and he goes, "Hey, Ronnie," says, "say hi to Rod."
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I used to find that personally funny, but
that's funny.
Obviously, he didn't know Rod Stewart.
Yeah, of course. All right. So, again, favorite song, if you could pick one off of that.
On the Loose.
Try to think. On the Loose, yeah. That was Logan's favorite. I think was On the Loose. I think
probably my favorite Teaze song, man. I love that song.
I think
especially live.
Yeah,
I wrote that song when we were living with them infants in Toronto.
Yeah,
and we were all shacked up in the same house. We wrote that song in the garage in Willowdale, Ontario. Brian and I.
Nice.
It was funny because we were on a podcast the other day, and some guy writes in and he said, "Are you the band that was practicing in Willowdale?"
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, like 50 years later, right? That was like, holy shit. Wow, really?
Should have said, yeah, I was in Rush.
Well,
Aren't they from Willow? Yeah. Believe they
how
were.
the hell did you know it was us in that garage? And I talked to him later and stuff, but whatever. Okay.
You should have said you were Geddy Lee. Mess with the guy. Oh, yeah. I think I went with Baby Why Can't You, which I guess maybe that's a weird choice, but I love that song. I don't know. Catchy riff. That's such a catchy song. I hear that song in my head all the time. You look a bit ridiculous singing it out in the public, singing Baby Why Can't You out in public, but yeah.
Here's another scoop. Want to hear a scoop?
All right.
I have no problem. It's 50 years later. So I'm trying. Baby Why Can't You's in the can, and I'm playing the lead to it.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I still don't have the experience, and I'm not a a great guitarist like Charlie Lambrick. But anyways, we'll get to that. So I'm playing this lick. Sounds like every other damn lick on the record. And finally, they got pissed off at me. They says, "Get out of there!"
Really?
And in the back room, behind the studio at Tempo Studios in Montreal, there's a big rehearsal hall. Wow. And Mahogany Rush was practicing. Frank Marino.
Wow.
And I knew already that he was practicing because I used to watch him and be in awe. And he used to fix his cars back there. He used to have a car like a Pantera. And it'd be big enough to bring your car in and drop the engine too. So he was like, "Frank, come on in." They whistle him in. He comes in. I mean, I've been on this lead for like 3 or 4 hours. Okay, maybe 5 hours. Took a lunch, come back. They go, "Frank, play. Show this guy how to play."
Actually, wow.
Frank gets on the guitar.
Wow.
And in 45, the lead's 45 seconds. In 90 seconds, that's the lead you hear on Baby Why Can't You.
Okay.
It's Frank Marino.
Wow. His recording is actually on it, or no?
No, that's him.
He's actually, wow. Okay.
He's the lead player on that song.
Wow. I see. I never would have known that.
Because he was signed to another label, and he just didn't, he just came in and did a favor. Wow. Yeah, he came in and blew that lead right out of the chute and went back to fixing his car.
Now that you say that, I'm totally hearing that in his style when I hear that solo.
See?
Actually,
thank you, Frank. Frank, thank you.
Wow, that's crazy. I never would.
Yeah, now that you listen to it,
you're a great guitar player. Come on.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's all good. But I was young, and I'm good.
Now I feel bad. I picked the song that you're not playing the lead on. Oh.
Well, I played the rhythms.
Yeah. I always wondered that. So did you back then you did mostly the lead work, or did you and Chuck kind of like go back and forth?
Well, on the first one, we went back and forth. The second one, it just kind of diminished as time went on.
Okay.
I think, but he played on all of them. He played on One Night Stands a lot. He didn't play a lot on Body Shots, but he did. So, but until then, yeah, he was there the whole way. He was playing the parts. I think hence, we weren't, either one of us weren't really virtuosos, and hence maybe that's how the twin leads came. It was a way for us to have an image, and it was kind of cool and kind of melodic, and that's how that came about, just because that's the way we thought we worked best together. But Chuck was there the whole way, playing it, holding his own.
Cool.
A lot of great twin lead stuff on the debut, man. I mean, I love Dirty Sweet Lovin'. That was the pick for me on that album, and I love the twin leads on that song. So
yeah, cool.
You were doing shows with Triumph, I believe, at this time, or was that? I'm trying to think of the years in my head, or was that for this? Was that
Triumph
later?
was during On the Loose, I think.
That was okay. That was on.
Yeah, that was during On the Loose.
Right.
And it wasn't during the first album. In fact, I think during the first album, I used to go watch them play in a club in Toronto called the Piccadilly Tube.
Okay.
I used to see all those guys back then, and they were kicking out Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Wow.
And same with Rush. We used to see Rush guys at St. Clair College in Windsor, where we're from. We've seen a lot of great stuff in the high school. Alice Cooper used to play the high schools here. Bob Seger. So, yeah.
Were you tour? I guess So other than Triumph, any other like big name bands that you were touring with for On the Loose, or
by then?
Yeah, or not yet?
Well, the beauty of being with Aquarius Records was we didn't have to work much, but anything we would do would be the best because they were able to do that. So that's where we started working with the Cheap Tricks and Blue Oyster Cult and Toto. Nice. And April Wine was a big one, right? 35 cities. and then we probably went to Japan after that, and then probably came back, and then went on the TNT tour with Triumph, and then scooted out west and started playing with Street Heart before really Matthew Fournette had went to Loverboy. You know, there was still half of Loverboy and Street Heart.
Yeah.
We were slogging it out, but we were slogging out in the big time, as opposed to in Toronto where we were slogging out clubs, you know, or guy was trying to stab me while I was loading a truck. They still got my spandex on. Guys didn't say nothing about my hat. What do you think of my hat?
The safari hat?
No one even mentioned my hat.
You're rocking the hat, Mark. You're rocking the hat.
You can absolutely wear anything if you own it, right?
There you go.
So I put on this lampshade. I thought, well, what the hell? You know?
So then you made this.
Put this lampshade on and see if anybody says anything. And you guys don't say nothing. I love it. Tiffany, though.
I thought about it.
I thought about it.
So then you get to this, yes. By the way, this can't even be listened to. I don't like. You'll just hear static. It's not even playable. It's just such an old cassette. It doesn't even.
How do you know?
Because I played it like probably 15 years ago. I put it on. I'm like, is this supposed to sound like this? I'm pretty sure it's not. I think I was like 16, maybe even longer, like 20 years, something like that. And I'm just like, all right. I'm like, there's no way it's supposed to sound like this. But yeah, it's just a really bad old cassette. But yeah. So how did you start? What came? How did you decide to do a live album? Like what prompted this?
Well, like I said, back to the first album, the Japanese was really the first market that was really interested in the group. And then we were with an independent label called Techiku Records.
Okay.
And they were bringing us there, and they were buying. They were footing the bill. So what the hell? Let's do a live. We got no bid. We only got 2 records out. How you can do a live record? But they're footing it. Look at see the outfits. You know, how do you show up in like a?
That's Mark on the left for those who don't. Yeah.
And yikes! Still got that guitar though.
I think someone in the chat was asking that earlier about what type of
Ovation.
Yeah, Ovation breadwinner or Deacon. He knows his guitars, I guess.
I have both, but that's a breadwinner.
Okay.
And I do have a Deacon too that's got a checkerboard pickguard on it that I made.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. Okay, so where were we at? What were we talking about?
What album are we on? Tour of Japan. And you think all the live albums.
They were paying for it. Yeah. We're crazy. Kids. We were still kids. I mean, you got to think 1975. Now it's only 1978. Yeah. So we've done minimal gigs, maybe in totality, I'm thinking like 40, 50, 60 gigs, including high schools, nights in a bar. Wow. And, okay, you're going to Japan to headline your first, we're going to headline. Oh, wow. So if we're going to headline, they're going to foot the bill. We're going to record a live record.
Okay.
And then we recorded a 70 millimeter movie that never got released and consequently got lost, which we've been looking for ever since. Yeah, but there's a 2-hour movie floating around there somewhere.
That would be such awesome footage to see back then.
Theater quality.
Wow.
And the reason it wasn't that great to start with, but we could have probably worked with it. Okay. But the reason it really died was because the Cheap Trick came out with the Budokan thing.
Oh,
yeah. And instantly we just backed off, and then we were starting to cut it up for commercials when we would go on tour. So who knows? Then it got lost, probably sitting in some CBC vault somewhere in Kapuskasing.
I'll ask my aunt. She's still there.
You think this, like, there's so many live albums in Japan, right? You had Made in Japan, Scorpions, Tokyo Tapes. Like, this should this should have sold as much as those. This is an awesome album. Like,
here's the deal. Yeah. It was recorded over one night.
This is all one concert, right?
One concert.
Right. There's been like conflicting information online and stuff. There was no overdubs or anything, right? Just
nothing.
Hit record and just go.
It was recorded over 2 nights. The initial night, I was botched. Guitar just wasn't working. It was a rough night for me. That's a whole other podcast. But to say the least, we scrapped the first night of recording. It all came from the second night.
Okay.
And then they took it back to Montreal, and we stayed on the road. And but the first time I heard it was with an acetate of the vinyl, and it was done. No overdubs, no nothing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does. We were shocked.
And I'm so picky when it comes to live albums. I'm very picky with that. If I hear like there's like tons and tons of overdubs, I won't shy away from it. But then I'm just like, it's not really live, and But
exactly,
yeah, like
Well, that's
I don't want to throw Kiss under the bus, but I mean, I love Kiss alive, but is it really live?
Alive in the studio.
Really live, Charlie, or is it all? Is there anything live?
A bit of mix. There's live stuff on it, of course, but it's a bit of. But this is like 100% authentic, nothing added. So I think this is great. Like this is such a phenomenal album. Like
when Sidney showed me,
which was cool.
When Sidney showed me the band, man, I really latched onto that live album. I mean, it's high energy, and it's really cool to hear that it was all actually live. So
it captured your energy as a band, right? That's what you want with a live album.
It's nuts, right? I remember Jimmy when we go to rehearsal, and he sets the tempo for the Japanese record.
You gotta play it this fast still.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Fast. Yeah, wow. It's awesome. Great. Do you think though, like
it was supposed to be a double record?
It was?
Yes.
I wish it would have been, man. We were just talking about that.
Over one night. We just weren't happy with the other. It just didn't cut it.
What else did you guys play, Mark, that didn't make the album? Do you remember?
Sweet Misery.
Okay, well, yeah.
That makes sense.
With an acoustic guitar and a harmonica player.
Okay. Oh. Anyone in the band did the harmonica?
What the hell, a harmonica player?
Who did the harmonica? Do you remember
some guy that was tuning our guitars. He was really a good friend.
Okay.
And he had a career of his own, and his name was Billy, and he was in a group called Billy Cream and the Teenage Dream. Okay, it's 1978. I don't know, what can I say?
Yeah, it's funny.
And, wow, that's another podcast. I really talking about Billy Ward. Wow, yeah. What? Yeah, that didn't make that. What else? I don't know. I'd have to look back and
almost wonder though. As great as this is,
going on that record.
What's great is I would have loved a live album after One Night Stands, so that you hear those songs live. But I mean, some of those are on Live at Liege, right? But that would have been cool to get like a live one in like '80 or something, to hear those as well. As great as this is, like I would have loved to heard old like recordings of the songs off of that. But yeah.
Well, we were scheduled to go back to Japan, but we never did because of we dropped that independent company, Techiku, because Capitol wanted the rights, and that's another story that we'll get to in a minute. But we never made it back. It was all canceled at some point.
Wow. And I guess you guys got you were really popular in Japan, right? Like were there like people like screaming at you? Like were you getting recognized when you were there? Like really?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Chris Edwards, hang on here. It was nuts. Sure, it's almost the rocket historic rise how fast it all happened. It seemed like overnight, right?
Yeah.
So we're laughing about Kapuskasing, but all of a sudden you get off the plane in Japan and there's like, few thousand screaming fans and girls that are trying to pull your hair out. But the coolest thing you remember, and these Japanese guys would lock arms and it was like the Beatles. It was cool.
Wow.
And then you would get on the expressway to get to the hotel, and everything would be a high-speed chase. There'd be fans, and there would be fans in taxi cabs, and everybody would be going like 130 clicks an hour, and there's fans hanging out the windows, and very cool. It's very surreal.
Yeah.
And even when we traveled from city to city, they would follow us.
Wow.
They would actually go on tour with us, and of course they weren't, maybe stay in the same hotel and and follow the whole thing while we were there. Yeah.
Wow.
So totally surreal.
I guess that made it a little bit difficult though, right? To sustain success, like long time success, because it's all the way in Japan. You can't just keep going to Japan all the time, right? Like it's.
Well, when the House of Cards finally fell, you never forget it, and you're like always chasing that dream.
Yeah.
Because it happened so fast, though. I was always saying, well, who wouldn't want to do this? This is easy. Yeah. This isn't hard, right? This isn't hard at all. Now that I'm talking to you guys 45 years later after our last studio record, it's pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got lucky, but like I said, we were up for the challenge.
Cool. So then you made the final
One Night Stands.
Yes.
My favorite.
Cool. And who came up with the title? Because I know that's really, I get like the whole mannequin thing. I guess the
mannequin thing became a brand.
Okay.
And we were kind of, I don't know, it didn't really mean anything. It just,
Yeah.
they looked good as guitar stands.
Okay.
They looked good as lighting stands. They looked good on a t-shirt.
I won't ask who that is on the bed, but yeah.
Well, who do you think it is?
I don't know. Don't tell me it's you, is it?
Here's another story.
Oh,
we don't know who the hell it is.
Really? It's just some guy they brought in and just took the picture? Really?
Just some guy the record company found. I'm not going to tell you. It was me.
Oh, okay. No, that's
I wish I could.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I wish it was.
I think we all agreed that this was our favorite record, though, out of all of them.
Well,
we did our show.
Some people it isn't.
Really?
Some people it isn't. For some people, it's On the Loose. For some people, it's that first record.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I really feel like you guys are just sitting there, man. Look at Charlie.
I know. It sounds different, right? Like people. I think you didn't make the same album twice, which is what makes you guys great, because it's not just. Now this album's going to sound like that album, and yeah.
We're in the
zone. You can hear the progression, right?
Yeah.
You can hear like the progression of you guys from starting like from the debut with the raw like demos kind of, and then you get to here working with Miles, right?
A lot of things progressed, right? We progressed as songwriters. We grew up. We had the we could write good hooky songs.
Yeah.
Working with Miles Goodwin was definitely a force, that and working at Le Studio up in Morin Heights in Quebec. Le Studio is, one of the most famous meccas of rock and roll or music in the world. And everybody, you just name anybody, and they did records there. And we got a chance to do One Night Stands there. The first record cost $2,600. One Night Stands cost $200,000. So it's crazy, but it stands the test of time.
Yeah,
we could have spent $200K and be and nobody be listening to it, and it come up with songs like Heartless World, just epic, iconic. Danner, wow, what a force!
His voice at the very end of that when he goes really, and
crazy.
touch the Wind. I think I picked that as my favorite. That's like an awesome, Touch the Wind sounds like something off of Heaven and Hell before Heaven and Hell even came out. That's what it sounds like to me.
I heard a rumor once that Touch the Wind, Bruce Dickinson was influenced by Touch the Wind from Iron Maiden. I don't know if that's true, but they're quite alike, the singers.
Yeah, a little bit. I hear more a little bit Dio almost in Brian's voice at times, but he sounds. I hear a little bit of James Young almost from Styx, like kind of
all of
that kind of voice too. But like
Mark Farner,
like Grand Funk.
Glenn Hughes, Deep Purple.
Glenn Hughes, big time. Yes.
That's Danner. But he's up there with the best of them.
Oh yeah,
and good for him, man. He's that's one of the reasons we're able to do this today and make it happen. That's the biggest reason.
Yeah,
and he still got his voice.
Yeah.
He didn't beat it to shit for 40 years.
Yeah,
he's taking care and he lives a clean life, and that's cool for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, before we start talking more about,
you get to rev your engines. These guys are doing all the talking.
So, what are some of your biggest influences then? Well, what's Charlie, Jim, and Mark? Some of your biggest like obviously guitar players for you, Jim, and then drummers, and Charlie, guitar players. What are some of your favorite on your instrument influences?
Charlie.
We'll go Charlie, Jim, then Mark, just in the order of the screen.
Johnny Winter, Chet Atkins.
Okay.
Ace Frehley, Edward Van Halen, Gary Moore, George Benson.
Okay.
Too many.
Yeah.
List. Yeah.
Did you ever get to see any of them live?
Cats. Yeah. Never saw Chet live.
Okay.
But everybody else, yeah.
Nice. Did you ever see Teaze live? Well, I guess not. You would have. No. You were in diapers back then.
Right.
You would never would have seen Teaze.
I was in diapers.
His parents could have brought him. Who knows?
No, they canceled or they broke up. They were supposed to open for Triumph at the Cleary Auditorium here in Windsor, and they packed it in. So
okay.
Triumph was great. They killed it. Yeah, really, really strong. I think Jim was at that show.
Nice. Triumph's actually my favorite band, so yeah, that's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did just go see them actually, so that was never thought that was gonna happen, but yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I just went to go see them at the Hamilton show.
Oh.
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
About a week ago, or yeah.
No, it was about a month ago.
A month? Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing track of time. A month ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are exciting.
Jim, you influences.
Pretty much. I basically learned to play drums from a stack of 45s that included stuff from the Rolling Stones, the Doors, the Beatles, all kinds of stuff. Then when I was a little older, I guess I started getting into probably first of all Kiss, just because of the visuals.
Yeah.
So Peter Criss was a pretty big influence. Then started getting into Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith and Teaze, to be honest.
Okay.
So so guys like Bonham and Peter Criss, Mike Kozak was in that list as well.
There you go.
So yeah, he was actually a pretty big influence on my playing as well.
So it must have been phenomenal when you got the call to actually be in Teaze, right? You just said they probably didn't even have to like force you to even join. As soon as they asked, you're like, "Yep, I'm there."
Oh yeah. Guaranteed. There was no thinking about it. It was just like, yeah, I'm in. Not a problem.
Cool. Mark,
what's up?
Some of your biggest influences on guitar.
Johnny Winter.
Both. Okay.
Man.
Both Johnny Winter. You like the Winter?
More than Charlie, maybe. I don't got no George Bensons or Chet Atkins in my portfolio. Just Johnny Winter.
Okay. Nice.
Flamboyant. Oh man, white flowing hair. I just couldn't get enough of the dude.
Nice.
Great. Texas Guitar Slingers. I liked. My other favorite band was Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
I loved how melodic they were. Maybe the twin guitars there between Dwayne and Dickie Betts is where that thing was born in me. But I love the Allman Brothers. Of course, Ronnie Montrose.
Oh, Ronnie's great. Yeah.
Wow. Leslie West, Mountain. Wow.
Yeah.
Mississippi Queen.
You're naming all of Logan's favorite bands right now.
Huh?
You're naming like all of Logan's favorite bands.
Okay. We're going drinking later, Logan.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Great Fatsby. That's
so yeah, what nice.
You couldn't believe the bands we grew up with listening to in the Detroit bars. Hey guys, some of these bands were just crazy. We used to go to the Embassy Hotel. Yeah. And that's where I learned about the Ovation Breadwinner. It was a group from Detroit, a guy was playing it. I thought, man, that's cool as shit. I want to play it, and it sounded great.
Someone was asked, was Robin Trower at all in your listening circle?
Oh, well, who didn't like Robin Trower? But that's later, right? So, well, Charlie has no, I admire the shit out of Robin Trower, but probably Charlie doesn't because he can play just like him, if not better.
I had his records. I still have his records. Bridge of Sighs.
Oh yeah, Bridge of Sighs is great.
It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Wow,
that's the classic. Trower. Yeah.
Who's asking that question? Can we see? Robin?
No, it was Robin.
Robin, listen to Slugans, Extravaganza.
One Night Stand. So yeah, what was the
well?
How did you get hooked?
We were on our way, man. Capitol Records signed worldwide. I mean, they were starting to consider booking us with AC/DC and Pete Frampton and Molly Hatchet, and we were booked to go to England, and we were booked to play in Detroit, Michigan, almost our hometown. New Year's Eve with the Rockets. We were
Rockets, okay.
It was the last. We were there. They were telling us you're going to be like Van Halen was breaking, but talk about being, getting scared. First time hearing Eddie.
They're setting high expectations, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're setting high expectations when you're saying you're going to be as big as all these famous bands, right? It's a lot of pressure, right? How did you get hooked up?
But then that's where the House of Cards fell. Everything changed in the music business. 1979, 1980, one night stands didn't happen with Capitol Records. Some artists like to sign with small labels because they feel they won't get lost in the shuffle. I think that's what happened with Teaze signing with a big label. The machine never started running.
Yeah.
The times were changing. The Knack came to the Capitol, and they were, My Sharona and the Police were coming, and Joe Jackson and the Cars, and and we just got kind of sidelined, and one night stands just ended up shelved, and we were still with Capitol, and that's they were saying another record, and then Body Shots, but
And I guess you got hooked up with Miles, I guess, obviously from opening from them earlier, right? But like, how did you actually reach it? How did you actually reach out to him? I didn't mean to say reach out, but yeah, it's a song type. How did you reach out to Miles?
Label mates. They were on Aquarius.
Okay. He didn't really. Okay, and he just offered to do it, or they asked him and he basically just said, "Yeah."
That happened on the Loose tour. I'm telling you when we were talking about, just stinking drunk in a hotel room, him and Kozak, and they had the case of Don Cachette wine, and they're cheering, and at this point we became good friends.
Okay.
We have done 30 cities together in Canada, and we see each other at the office, and we got to know each other. And I don't know who that instigated that conversation, but I think it was Miles. He says, I think I could produce your next record. That was One Night Stands. We didn't have a title for it. And Mike says, yeah, let's do that. And then before we sobered up in the morning, Miles had already called the office and said, I want to do the next Teaze record. It was as simple as that.
Wow.
Again, right place at the right time. Just get lucky. Yeah. Cool. If you would have did Body Shots, would have been a household name.
Might have been a different,
would have been a whole different situation. That's how close it was, and what a pivotal time we were in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So would you say is your favorite off of this? I went with, I think, Touch the Wind. Yeah.
If you go with the American one, it's a brilliant album. Take off Loose Change.
See, I think that's a good song.
It is okay, but take it off.
Yeah.
Put on Stay Here. We added a really heavy guitar.
Okay.
Which took out all that lightness and of the On the Loose record. And wow, what a complete record. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of when I used to listen to the first Sweet record.
Okay.
With Fox and the Run and Ballroom Blitz. And it just seemed like great song after great song.
Yeah.
But never had a chance. Nobody backed it. We were with Capitol, like I said, and it just kind of got overlooked.
Song like Back in Action, man.
Any song in that record, even Loose Change.
Song like Back in Action should have been huge, I think.
Got
hit over the opener, isn't it?
Yeah. The songs are commercial, but they're still heavy. They're not. Yeah, they're like great heavy rock songs, but still have a commercial appeal. So, I don't know.
But for this one here, would you know why in the back? I was talking to Sid about this earlier. Why is it 1978 on the back cover, but on the vinyl itself, it's 1979? Would anybody know that?
Wow. No.
He's like, I didn't even know that. Dan was telling me this before the show. I'm like, I guess you could ask that. It's like,
it's time warp. Wait a minute. The cover says 78.
The back, on the back.
So here it says 1978.
Right.
Yeah.
And on the vinyl itself, on the album, it says 1979.
Yeah, it's a misprint, I guess, but
No, well, maybe the cover was printed in
maybe
78, and they finally got to the vinyl in 79.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Maybe
that might be.
It might
makes
be
a bit more sense.
1 year going into the other.
Yeah.
Possibly. That's the only thing I can think of. There's nothing.
It's an answer.
But Heartless, they're all great. Wow.
Well, yeah.
First time I heard Through the Years, I I just couldn't believe what the heck I was listening to,
Yeah.
It's like 24 tracks of guitars, and it's just, wow. Melodic. I just love it.
Yeah.
But Heartless World.
It's a great album.
Song, just because of Danner. Heartless
My
World.
friend Mitch Lafont says Heartless Heart is his favorite Teaze song of all time.
Wow. I haven't reached out to Mitch Lafont, and now I'm getting kind of scared because, I was going to say, why didn't you call me before? So if you talk
his health isn't that great right now, though.
His health isn't?
No.
Well, all the more reason I should call him.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, he's one also that loved that, like, again, 10 years ago on Facebook, it's like Heartless Heart, when I guess it got
Heartless World, not Heart.
It got reissued on Rock Candy, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that whole record did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he was promoting it, and he goes, Heartless Heart is like his. That's another reason why I was like, I'll get the Rock Candy record again, due to Popoff and Mitch Lafont. That's what got me into this band there. But yeah, that's his favorite song of yours. I know that.
Thanks for telling me that, Dan. I'm gonna reach out to him.
And there was I can't remember that band's name. There's like a Canadian heavy metal band that covered it actually, and it was in some
Unleash the Archers.
That's it. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God, I know them.
Fantastic! Wow, have somebody do your song, and then get like 1 million hits on it.
Did it get that? Wow.
That's
It was in a movie too. Your version though too, wasn't it? Like a Swedish movie, I think it was.
Metalhead.
Yeah, that's right. The movie was
out
called
of Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And it's had a whole little cult life of its own.
Yeah, that's cool.
But definitely deserves the kudos, that song. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and I think Dan had
like Ian Gillan and Child of Time by Deep Purple when I hear Brian singing Heartless World.
Yeah. He hits some crazy notes on that. I know Dan had a question about cover songs. I know you had a kind of question about
when we get to Rev.
You want to? Oh yeah, because there's a cover. Yeah, we can talk. Okay. Well, yeah. So we'll move on to Body Shots. Dan, you got Dan has that one. That's the one I'm missing actually. Body Shots.
Well, that's for a good reason. I'm being nice right now.
No, come on. I'd buy a copy.
What do I see when I see Body Shots? By hands down, the best writing we ever did.
Yeah.
If those songs had the treatment that One Night Stands, like I said, we'd have been Van Halen today. But you can't change that.
Yeah.
Budget went from $200,000 to $50,000.
Okay.
Because of the knack and in Capitol and those $200,000 budgets were out the window. Foreigner, Queen, 300,000. Ted Templeman, Roy Thomas Baker producers.
Yeah.
That was all gone.
Yeah.
Disco was happening, and it became an experiment that didn't work. We ended up with a producer that was really famous and really had their credentials, but then tried to turn us into a new wave band because of what was going on around in the world.
Yeah.
And, it just didn't work. Got in a fight with the label while we were recording that record, managed to have them dump us, Capitol, in the middle of recording that.
Oh, wow.
And so now we have no label. We're recording a new wave record. It really got crazy. And then we made up the Aquarius our management made up with Capitol, but when they heard the final product, they just laughed at it.
It was new wave to a point. It's still a rock record to me. I mean, Calling All Nurses is not new wave at all. Like that's more of that kind of harkens back to the older sound.
Living on the Edge.
Yeah.
Or What Happened to You.
Okay.
With the treatment of Heartless World and Touch the Wind.
Yeah.
Forget it, man.
The songs are definitely there.
Even now when you listen to the live record.
Yeah.
From Europe, you hear Roses and Chrome, you hear the power and and that's live. Can't even imagine what it would sound like in the studio. But Body Shot's got no guitars. It's got no walls.
And they left out the Teaze logo as well. Yes, that's actually true. Good point. You guys have a great logo, and it's actually the only album that doesn't have the Teaze logo on it. It's just got like the written on the magazine thing.
Well, it was supposed to look like a Playboy magazine or something, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of tongue in cheek. It was still a mannequin.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were just, I guess we were just trying to be savoir faire. I'm not sure what's going on. And then, it's a kid looking at the centerfold, right? And,
who's the centerfold? You?
Oh,
you'd have to interview Mike Kozak. That's a creation of his, and he could probably explain it much better than I. Is that me? No, that's Terry Flood's youngest son. And yeah.
Okay.
Well, the kid was me.
Yeah, that's right. Just
That's Charlie.
Finally,
that's when I met Charlie Lambrick.
It's too young to be reading
Charlie.
that. It's funny.
Little used to call him Little Charlie.
Little Charlie. Oh boy, that's funny. Yeah, I still think it's a solid album, Body Shots. Yeah, I know.
It is. Just because the songs are great.
Yeah.
But if you could actually get it in your mind to hear, I could send you a demo. We did a demo of that because when Capitol cut the budget, our first instincts were, well, we need to be ready when we go to the real studio because we were going back to Morin Heights again. But instead of spending 3 months there, we got to spend 30 days there for Body Shots. One Night Stands was 3 months we lived there in that beautiful studio. Can't imagine with a house and its own private lake and 6 bedrooms, and it was crazy.
Wow.
But Body Shots, it was, I can't even remember what the point was now. Hold on. We lost so punch drunk by interviews.
I'm gonna get a Body Shots t-shirt. See how that looks on a t-shirt. No, I don't think that would look well on a t-shirt.
But what was the question?
Yeah, just I don't know. I still think it's a good album. I don't know compared to what else other stuff that was coming out there. I don't think it's as bad as you're saying. I mean, definitely the songs are there. Like
it's what it could have done.
Yeah.
It's not that it's a bad album.
No.
But it only got released in Canada. Didn't come out in Japan because Capitol took we lost our deal with the Independent, who we were very happy with. But that's just the way it happened. And then that was it. They basically soon after that, Brian started having doubts. Yeah. And he just thought about changing lifestyle, and because he's been doing that his whole life. Thought about raising a family, being a pastor. And then once we lost Danner, that was it, man. It was
you can't replace. I mean, you could try, but like it's.
I did try.
Wow. Yes.
I did try later, and wow, what a fiasco that was.
I mean, well.
Much later.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about on this.
Oh.
You did. I looked at this and I'm like, wait, is that like a different Teaze? Because then there was never
Chuck Bozak and me.
Yeah, there was never a female band member, so I was confused. I was like, well, and it's 84, so you're already broken up at this point, right? Or what's the story on that? Because that's your wife, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's my future wife there.
Okay, okay.
That's with Mitch Taylor, guys.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, they both work with Mitch Taylor. Charlie's currently in a different group sometime that's working with Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah, that was wow, that's a whole different life. And that come very close too. After Teaze broke up, we started playing clubs in Windsor, and we had a female singer, Lynn. And for some reason, what a stupid idea to get a female singer to replace Brian Danner. I guess we just didn't care. We just liked her voice. and we called ourselves Teaze. Yeah. And we were playing the hotels and working our asses off and playing stupid songs like Lick It Up, so
Dan loves that song.
You're down now. That rock is down. Now we're down in the depths of the, and we were writing songs. But interestingly, that came very close to getting a deal with Aquarius Records.
Wow. Okay.
They liked the songs. A couple things happened. And Corey Hart showed up, and that was probably one of them. And they just went with Corey. And on top of it, I was trying to deal it to a guy in New York City who was the original drummer of the Amboy Dukes, named Dave Palmer, and he was working out of Electric Ladyland at that time. And he really bought into those songs. And Big Talk was one of them songs. How it ended up on Q107, I don't know. Just probably entered it. And
I thought you have to submit that yourselves, don't you? You guys have to submit those to the Q107.
We weren't signed to anybody. We were just, but it never came. Aquarius went on to do Corey Hart. The thing in New York never came to fruition. I couldn't feed them enough songs. Yeah. They just wanted more and more songs. Yeah. And the biggest song everybody liked was not written by us.
Okay.
But when we did it, I didn't realize that. Lynn had found the song, and it was from Dick Wagner from Alice Cooper. And Dick and I became really good friends later on in life. But back then, we did that song, and we played it for the record company. That was the song they were buying besides Big Talk. But then we realized this song was unpublished, and we had to go to Dick to get his permission.
Oh, okay.
And Lynn went to Dick. He said, "Go screw yourself. Don't touch my song. You've butchered it, right? So all of a sudden, the song everybody liked wasn't even available to us.
What song would that have even been? Like, did he even release that? Like,
he did later.
Okay.
Much later, during his last days. It's on one of his records.
Oh,
but we became really good friends later.
Poor Lynn. Oh,
I'm buying him dinner one night at Vito's down there in Old Walkerville. Going, you prick.
Apologize to my wife right now.
Screw ourselves. It changed the trajectory of that project.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway.
Yeah, they could have pushed that almost like the Pat Benatar kind of thing, right? They could have tried to push it with the female singer. They could have went that direction if they wanted to.
We recorded at least 25, 30 songs.
Wow.
There's some brilliant tracks, and Lynn was a brilliant singer at that time.
Yeah.
But she really had that Naugahyde voice.
Yeah.
And like Kim Carnes thing going on, or
Okay.
Bonnie Tyler, and we loved it. We couldn't get enough of it, and that's probably what sold us on it. So. And she was from America, and she had a whole history herself of playing with Eddie Money and Jerry Lee Lewis, and she was in an all-girls band with the Quattro Sisters opening for Mountain. Wow. So she had and played, did a bunch of USO tours with all-girls bands. So she had a lot of experience too.
Wow!
And it was a good fit, but didn't work. Didn't work. Yeah. Just slogged it up for about 3 years, and then And then one day she came home and says, "We're going to go country." And Lynn and I ended up in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That's a whole other story.
Really? Wow!
And we almost made that happen.
Wow, that's
but
funny.
we were singing Waylon Jennings in Nashville.
Wow.
In 1985, wearing leather and spurs and whips, looking like Motley Crue. That's a whole other story, bro. Wow. That almost worked. But it was too early. Teaze was too late. Lynn and the Rebels was too early.
Okay.
Yeah, we went country. It was crazy. Went from playing Lick It Up to, crying in my beer.
Crying in my beer.
Sorry, guys. I'm hogging all the time.
No,
it's so bad for my
It's okay. So now we can jump ahead to live at Liège, right? I've always said Liège because that's obviously it's Liège. There's the proper and I guess that's obviously.
I don't want to. I have to interrupt. I have a gig to go to. So
actually,
I can pull my chute and exit out of this, but I don't have. I got maybe 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay, whenever.
Okay.
You guys carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So if I exit.
Know,
okay.
Live at Liège.
Live at Liège. So how did that come about? And it's obviously a play on Live at Leeds. That's where you got that, or is that
exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We just thought if someone could make the mistake at a record store and they buy Live at Liège and they think they're getting the Who, well, cool, I'm going for that.
If they're looking through the Who,
any level. So,
TW, they're close enough, and someone could mix them.
It was an obvious thing to do. I think it was 45 years long. Besides a really, really cult following, we had lost most of our base, and it was our attempt. It's our attempt to try and reintroduce people to Teaze, and we had a chance to put all our best songs that we thought together and put them on one record, and put it out there. And then it was the first time Teaze was going to Europe. So we kind of thought that would be very cool too, and to be able to do it in Europe, and it's worked out really well so far.
So Charlie
it's the first time sounding great. Wow, we heard that record and we were really I'd like Charlie to talk about that.
Charlie, how did you? Since you got to go, how did you get into the band, and how did you? Because you're on Live at Liège or Liège. I keep saying Liège. Live at Liège. How did you get hooked up with Teaze and take part in the reunion once Chuck Price didn't take part, I guess?
Well, there you have it. Chuck wasn't interested.
Yeah.
So I was the only other Chuck. Gotta get him.
Oh, that's funny. His name has to be Chuck. No, but seriously,
I work Chuck Price, Prize.
Chuck Price. Okay. But you've known the guys for years, right? So they just you were the first one they thought of, obviously, because you were good friends.
I got tapped and said, "Yeah, let's have a go." You know,
Okay.
see what we can do, and the groove was there, and it was a good fit, and you know, we just kind of kept going at it.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's a great live album. Like I don't want to say replacement, but you filled in for, I don't know, filled in, whatever, you're in the band now. But yeah, you
Wait a minute. Charlie's been in the band for 8 years now. 8 years.
Yes.
Don't
Okay.
look
So,
like you came in like
so
live
when
at
did
the
you?
end.
Okay. So when did you actually join the band?
The reunion.
The reunion in 2018.
18.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
You were part of the original reunion. Yes.
Yeah.
Charlie was always on my mind. He
Okay.
was always the perfect guy.
Yeah.
And the same with Jimmy. Both of them.
Okay.
For Jimmy came later, but
Yeah.
Mike wasn't gone, and Charlie was always.
Yeah.
And talk about raise the bar, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not taking anything against Chuck Price, but I mean, Charlie has so many skills to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And he brought them. And definitely, I don't think we'd be here today without Charlie Lambrick.
Well, yeah, that that live album is phenomenal too. Like, if you just put that on and told me it's like Chuck Price on guitar, I'd be like, okay, I guess. But yeah, like, I don't hear any, like, I mean, it fits the Teaze sound, right? Your guitar playing is phenomenal.
People.
Usually you get replacement guitar players and you're just like, this guy sucks compared to the original guy and that kind of thing. But no, it's phenomenal.
Go ahead, Charlie.
No, just Chuck, obviously, as the years wore on, he kind of, his desire ended back when Teaze was still making records. Even Body Shots, he was back home here, tending to his life. He was married, and I think they started a family, or a number of kids came along, and his heart just wasn't in it anymore. He wasn't up in Montreal doing the day-to-day like the other three were. So, when the prospect of the reunion came around, I think it was a no-brainer that he was going to pass. Now, thankfully, he did agree to take part in we've done 2 or 3 shows now here in Windsor, and he comes out and sits in for a couple, 2, 3 songs, and it's great to have that nostalgia. He's still, he's Chuck's great guy, and we all love him, and it's just things come and go in life, and he didn't want to do it to the extent that it would require him to devote his time and energy. So that's cool. God bless.
Yeah. Touring life's not for everyone, right? But I mean,
yeah, it's just, especially if you don't, you've got to work it. If you want to maintain a certain level of proficiency and keep your technique sound, I can assure you, this isn't Mahavishnu, but it does, there are some, Teaze music really moves fast.
Yeah.
Tempos are hot, and it requires a certain level of devotion and dedication. And Chuck just said, I'm done.
But I do, like I said, we'll get to this now, since this, your guitar playing is great on this. Like, you guys play so well off of each other. It's so fresh. I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this going to sound like one of the 70s albums? Is it going to sound like Body Shots or One Night Stands? I wasn't sure what to expect, because it's 2026. You haven't done an album in so long. When I put it on, I was just like, wow, this sounds like the old stuff, but modernized. So in a way, so it has like this modern 70s sound, if that makes any sense. But yeah.
No, we're very happy that the reviews and the opinions are as positive as they are, and obviously, as a musician, that's why you make music. You want to share it with as many people as possible, and you're looking for not everybody is going to like it, and it's not like we want to please everybody. You still got to be yourself and be genuine. So, we tried to make a record that was authentic, according to us and what we think and feel and how we hear things. And thankfully, so far, the reviews have been, very, very solid. So that's great.
And you produced it, right? Have you worked in production many times? Like you've produced before, obviously, if you produced this, but
you know what? Mostly, I produced a record, oddly enough, of Marco's probably over 10 years ago.
Okay.
He did a solo record, and I've worked with so many good people over the years that, and I guess primarily on my own, where even if you're working with a singer or any number of other musicians, in the situations where it was called for and encouraged and accepted, I feel like music, I won't dismiss it and say, oh, it's all easy. Again, it's work, but it's the labor of love. And when you are so intuitive and it means that much to you, you just do it. You don't watch, the clock or think, oh, I'm bored of this. You work until the job is done, and you bring your best always to the table. I think the guys probably sometimes, because I have my little studio, which has proven to be just enough, to get the job done. But I would send out multiple mixes, work a little bit here, do some editing, maybe, try this background vocal, and just offer up ideas to the guys and say, hey, this came to mind. What do you think of this? And, usually it would be well received, but when it wasn't, okay, we'll try something else. But I think if anybody, if all of us had a studio, Brian does. I think Marco, it could arguably be said, is the only one that doesn't have the resources at home to track and work on a session, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that he's any less involved or influential. So you just if you don't love it, it'll probably kill you. So you probably want to put it down, right? Because it's so there are so many uncertainties. There's just no guarantee of anything, right?
Yeah.
Being well received, being promoted, watching it grow. None of that. You just do it because you love it, because you have to. So.
And I guess it's slightly different. I guess is it different producing yourself? I mean, there's other people in the band, but is it like different producing something that you're playing on than just somebody else's album that you've got like nothing to do with other than the production part of it?
Well, again, I think you have to maintain a certain level of objectivity, right? And don't get, you're a part of it, but you've got to kind of be once removed, maybe. And critically assess it on its own merits. How is that working? Yeah, I'm digging that. Somebody, and the blessing is that, when you respect the other people that you're working with, everybody's got ideas. It's not like I'm the only guy with an idea.
Yeah.
And Marco and Brian, we just spent an hour and a half talking about 5 records. They were writing songs, recording, making records when I was still in diapers. So they don't need to be told.
No,
it's not like they don't have instincts of their own. They've got great instincts. We just you pool your resources. You all come together and hopefully you create and come up with something that is cool and that other people enjoy. Because after that, or beyond that, what is it? Why are we doing this, right?
Yeah.
Is it similar? Like, they always say your first it'll take your whole life to write your first album, but then 40 years later, you kind of like have ideas that have been hanging around for years or years. Like at our age, you can take your time doing this new album, right? Is it similar to that, or?
Well, yeah, it doesn't need to be said again, but suffice to say that many years went by between the last Teaze album and this record. So yeah, any number of hundreds, of ideas could be kind of stored and set aside, and I'm going to work on that song one day, and there's a winner. But me being a songwriter, you bring songs, you listen to things, and you just kind of all agree for the most part. We're going to focus on that one and that one and that one. And then you just kind of draw the line at 10, 11, 12, whatever the number is. But it wasn't like we had 40 songs to choose from. We just kind of went with the material that we felt would be worthy.
Also, you don't have label pressure, right? Saying, you got to get this album out quickly, write the songs quickly, and that kind of thing.
You still want to work as quickly as possible, but lives being what they are, and other commitments, and we're not 21, we're not hunkered down in a studio on lockout, for the next month. Just things come up, work.
Yeah.
Life is so diverse that it did take longer than I think we wanted to, but at the end of the day, we got her done, and here it is. So, hello world, and we'll hope for the best after that.
Yeah, it's a great, and you get to boss Mark around. That's probably the best part about being the producer.
Not a whole lot of bossing around going on.
They're kicking the crap out of me, these guys.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm the brunt of everything. Okay, sure.
It's an easy target.
An easy target.
Exactly. That's because you can say anything to me, and I'm good with it. That's why.
But yeah, Charlie, I got to remind you, you got your gig, right? Was that a joke? I couldn't tell if you were joking or okay.
No,
just reminding you.
Listen, really, just for me, I'm gonna have to split, but carry on with Jimmy and Marco. Honestly, really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you guys. Thank you for the kind words and the interest in talking to us, and it would be great to hang with you guys someday at a show wherever we find you. But,
Ottawa.
Guelph, Michigan, you got lots of different places to go to.
Yeah.
I'm from Michigan.
Logan, you're in Michigan.
We're in Michigan, Logan.
It's like 5 feet on the. He's on the Indiana border, but so it's not really. Indiana, he's still far away. It's not close.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, again, thank you, boys. Really.
Hey, Charlie, be safe.
Apologies, but
no, it's okay. At least we got to this album while you were still here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So carry on.
It's going to be like an 8-hour movie. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like,
thanks for your time, Charlie, man.
Thank you, Charlie.
Peace out, guys. Cheers.
Yeah. Have a fun gig tonight.
See you, bro.
All right.
You could probably cut this up into 16 pieces, 16 different shows.
All right.
Play it
Bye
forever.
for now,
All right. Cheers.
Checks in the mail.
That's funny. We'll
getting bigger. Okay.
Yeah. So now, finally, Rev Your Engines, the new album, obviously. Jim, how did you get hooked up with these guys to finally get to be in the band? Mark just called you, said, "Hey, Mike's not doing it. You want to be in the band?" Was it that simple, or like how did you get hooked up with them?
Actually, Charlie called me.
Okay.
So Charlie and I play in other bands together.
Okay.
At the time, we were still playing in a Van Halen tribute band.
Nice.
And you were saying Ottawa. We just played Ottawa 2 years ago.
Oh.
At I don't remember what the brewery is called.
Overflow.
Overflow.
Dan knows this place.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a happening place of late.
It's a great venue. We should try and get Teaze in there because that's a
cool, seriously, guys. Like,
Dan can probably walk to the venue.
Yeah.
Can you walk to the venue? Is it that close?
I don't even know where. I have an idea. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
One's in the complete West End, so no, I can't walk there. Well, I mean, I can walk there, but if I start today, I'll probably get there by the time the gig starts there.
Yeah, see, people are making gig requests now. Come to Boston, Providence, and
So Charlie asked me to do it. Like I said, it was a no-brainer. It was definitely going to be a yes, no matter what.
Yeah.
And probably not even a month after we started rehearsing, Marco started talking about doing original material, and I'm all about that as well. And I was so looking forward to it. Probably a month later, we're sitting doing the first 3 songs in a place called SLR Studios. Those were the only 3 songs. We did 3 songs there, and then everything else we decided, just because it's hard to nail down studio time at that particular studio.
Okay.
We decided to try and do it on our own. So I'm a sound engineer as well, and as you can see right here, I'm sitting behind my drum kit, and it's all mic'd up, and I have an interface. And besides 3 songs, all the rest of the songs, I recorded my drums right here where I'm sitting right now.
Wow,
that's crazy, huh?
It all worked out. And Charlie and I get together all the time. We speak all the time. He would bounce ideas off me, send me the stems, and I'd lay down some drums, send them some ideas if he liked them. We'd go with that, and then I'd work until I had a part that I liked, that I felt was tight, and worked for the song. And I think we got a great result.
Oh yeah, your drumming on this is amazing. Like, it's great. Like, you're hitting those drums really hard. There's some like great heavy songs like City of Roses. That riff in there and the drums on that are just ferocious.
Jim. I always liked that song.
What a way to end the album. I mean, so the Sweet Misery bonus track, is that like on the advanced copy? I wasn't sure on, because it's listed as a bonus track. The re-recording of.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
The record really ends at City of Roses, but we revisited.
Yeah.
You know,
I like what you did with that. You didn't just re-record it. You completely basically changed the song, really. You slowed it down and made it like an actual ballad, not like the up-tempo kind of thing.
Actually,
yeah.
It was kind of a nostalgic move, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to rock. We didn't want to put it in the middle of the record.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do our record. Then at the end, we give a nod to old Teaze and our biggest song, and do it in a different way that maybe we personally like better than the arrangement on the Loose.
Was there any thoughts of doing Boys Night Out? Was there any thoughts of that?
No.
No. I would have done it.
Wow.
Charlie's in the studio. We're doing Boys Night Out. Like, looking at him like, no, we're not.
Well, it could come to haunt. You never know, right? If we do gain some traction from our record, and you think it's going to do something, well, why not?
I would do it.
Yeah.
All about it.
Want to screw with people? Do a best of Teaze, and it's just 12 versions of that song, 12-inch dance mix, and
well, we have the tracks. We do have different drummers. So I'd love to do it again. But you never know.
I'll just switch instruments with each other. You're on drums, Jim's on vocals. Just wing it.
Jimmy playing drums, eh? Wow.
I'd like to see one of those guys try and play that song.
What?
Any of you guys play?
Switch instruments. So if you try to
out on drums.
On drums?
Mark's like, I can do it.
I'm gonna look like one. I can't say something impolitically correct.
You look like me on drum. You'll look like me trying to play.
You look like Jerry's kids, man.
Oh God!
Look, I'm gonna forget it.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, you took me out of my misery very quick.
Oh boy!
I don't do much good at anything,
Oh, come on. But yeah, no, it's.
I am the weakest link. I think
No,
I've said
you're
that
not.
twice now in interviews.
Oh, you're the founder of the band, right? And you're calling yourself the weakest link.
Marco is the glue.
The glue
that keeps this thing together.
I'm relentless.
Yeah,
I was hellbound to that this band would not be the band that time forgot. So
someone said, "Come to Cliff Park, Lemming." You are playing in Leamington, aren't you?
Wow, what a coincidence!
I saw that post. Who was the opening? There was somebody else with you, right? Oh,
yeah,
Rick
Brothers and Christian McVeigh. Or McVeigh. Christian Vey. Oh, excuse me. McVeigh.
Christine McVeigh's opening?
I apologize so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'll never live it down. You sure this is live?
Yes.
Oh, Christian Vey.
No, it's Rick LaBonte's band of brothers, which is funny because that's how me, Logan, and Dan actually kind of like met online or whatever, like watching Sea of Tranquility and some other channels. So it's just kind of funny that you're doing shows with Rick. I guess you know him personally, or
yeah,
well, we're from the same town, and
Oh, yeah, Rick LaBonte's from Windsor. That's right.
He initiated this gig.
Wow. Okay,
and,
that's cool.
He's a big fan, and I love his style, his passion, his hard work, perseverance. Guy, we've known him forever.
Yeah. It's such a weird coincidence. We watch all these YouTube channels. We've watched Martin. We've watched Rick. And then you happen to know. I was like, what? Wait, what?
It's a small world.
That's weird. Canada's tiny, land-wise, not population. But yeah.
Watch who you piss off on the way up, because when you come down, somebody's going to be there to remind you.
Exactly.
Small world.
Yeah. But I think, it's solid. The title track kicks it off. What a great heavy riff. That song's been in my head. And you did music videos for that and Man of Vision, actually, the first two songs, right? So whose idea was it to, come up with the idea to film those music videos?
I guess mine.
Okay.
I guess Man of Vision I wrote. I wrote the lyrics, which is kind of weird, I don't write a lot of lyrics. I am now.
Okay.
But kind of a different song for Teaze. It's still a power anthem. It's still in the, like Heartless World. It's an extension of Heartless World or Touch
That's
the
what
Road.
I thought.
It is. It
yeah.
is.
I thought I was like, this.
It does have this. Has like this epic feel to it, kind of. Even though it's not a long song, but yeah.
I guess we're known for that. The light beginnings. We have an acoustic beginning or something. Then it gets really heavy. Heartless does the same. A lot of our songs does the same.
Yeah.
So I love. I couldn't pick. There's not one song that I would take off the record and want to replace. And sequencing is really important.
Yeah.
Right? When putting that song together is kind of like writing a set list for a live show.
Right.
And I was always encouraging people to listen to it from the beginning until the end.
Right.
And then you could get the idea of everything we're doing, because a lot of it is so different, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, if you guys really intentionally put the album the way it is, because I think there's a lot of
sequencing is good.
Gotta Rock and the Let Me Go. That's one of my favorite moments of the
Exactly.
album. I really like them two songs,
It's like Gotta Rock.
They go together, and
they're both Detroit. We were talking earlier. I could see Mark Farner doing Gotta Rock.
That sounds like classic Teaze, like something from the first album, but with a modern production sound to it. That's what that sounds like to me.
But it was a great song. It's very retro.
It's very retro, but it's so high energy.
And then it starts way up here.
Yeah.
And then by the end, when Jimmy kicks it out on the drums, it's like, giddy up cowboy or something, right? Oh, wow. And then to break it down into that bonehead Let Me Go lick, really traditional rock, it's just, wow. Yeah. Thanks, Logan, for noticing that. Yeah, because perfect fit.
And you mentioned, and there was a reference to, you mentioned Grand Funk, Brian, I guess, mentions Grand Funk Railroad in the song Let Me Go. Was that his lyric, or was that who came up with that?
Charlie wrote that song with. We do have one outside writer. His name is Jojo Garisi.
Okay.
And here's another monster. I had met him through Jimmy and Charlie, and there was a couple songs that we weren't sure about. Rev Your Engines is another one, and Let Me Go he wrote, and he wrote We Are One with Charlie. So wow, what a great writer. And the guy's a sledgehammer with lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, he could say, I need lyrics for Rev Your Engines. He came up with it the next day. He just rolls them off his tongue, and he's got a knack for it.
Yeah,
so Jojo, he's in the mix, you know. But that's it. There's the four of us and Jojo, I think, and we got it all covered.
And there's
Rev Your Engines, great opener. I mean, in the tradition of rocking with the music, or
has that kind
ready to move. They're all the same song, right?
They're all the same.
Kind of. They might all be an A. And then Man of Vision, then Tonight, Turning the Night Away. Wow, what a cool song too.
Yeah, you got
that one's featuring Mike Kozak on lyrics.
Okay.
That was really important too, right? He's on 3 of the songs.
Okay.
And I thought it was important to have, as a writer, to have his footprint on the record.
Yeah.
He means so much to the Teaze sound.
Yeah.
And there's a transition going on here, and 3 songs out of 10 ain't too shabby.
Teaze, someone said Teaze has a grand funk sound here and there. Yeah, there's all that Michigan.
Absolutely.
Reach Out is the total like Cat Scratch Fever, that riff. You got like a lot of that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, on the new album.
It's debatable whether Brian wrote the Reach Out lick before Cat Scratch Fever. It's very close.
Ted copied you.
Like sitting in his bedroom one night, and Cat Scratch Fever came on, and then all of a sudden Teaze had Reach Out the next day. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Brian one day.
That's funny.
Reach Out's a great tune.
Yeah, it's a great tune. But
powerful rock tune, man. And then on the live record where we segued into Come On Everybody, Humble Pie, Steve Marriott. Damn.
Yep.
Greatest rock singer that ever lived.
Steve is great.
Steve Marriott. Wow.
What about and I noticed it says vocals, I guess backing, but well, no, you hear it. It's more sort of a lead. You hear her voice in Man of Vision and the re-recording of Sweet Misery. Beth Danter Burton. I'm reading. Is that Brian's wife or daughter?
You're the first one who has noticed that.
Okay.
And thank you for that. It's his daughter.
His daughter. I wasn't sure. Yeah, it was okay.
And it's always fabulous when you hear siblings sing together.
Yeah.
There's just some kind of continuity there that's magic.
Yeah.
And hearing Brian and his daughter sing together in this capacity with that song being Teaze's hit song, it's very cool in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And that was another reason in her singing in Man of Vision, she does that high part.
Yeah.
Which is kind of probably Brian loves Pink Floyd.
Okay.
So with Man of Vision, and you got that high chick's voice. That was kind of like what I was thinking in it, right? And not a lot, just very sparse, but very effective.
She's like an actual did he just ask her to sing on it, or does she actually sing professionally?
His whole family is.
They're all singers.
They're all singers.
He taught them all how to sing.
Yeah, and they sing live a lot in church and stuff.
Okay.
And in the choir and Bethany did some gigs with us. She's singing on YouTube in Sweet Misery on YouTube from the reunion show in 2018.
All right.
It's my wife singing and Brian's daughter singing and Brian's wife singing, Lynn.
Well, and I guess you're obviously going to bring them
family,
with.
A lot of old people get back together, kind of kumbaya family. Yeah, it's all about family, and worked out great.
You're going to bring them all on tour with you, obviously, when you do the shows to do those background vocals, right? You're going to keep bringing. They're going to all go with you, and
Allman Brothers used to do that. That's another thing. We used to go see the Allman Brothers live. You see the amp line, and behind the amp line, they had their whole entourage.
Wow.
Their families, their kids, and everybody was sitting on stage, but they were behind the amp line.
Wow.
They were drinking and eating and just carrying on with life while Allman Brothers are playing. It was very cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that he sang with his daughter, and I'm glad they had the chance to. I don't know if it'll ever happen again. So.
Yeah,
it sounds great. Sounds great.
Want to ask about the Man on the Silver Mountain cover. Was that also Charlie's idea, or was that?
No, that's my idea.
That's you. Okay. I guess you've always that's probably like one of my top 5 Rainbow songs. It's just
great version.
Such a great song.
You guys knocked that out of the park.
Were you scared when you heard somebody was covering it?
No.
That it was going to be like crap.
I'm like, well, I saw that, and I'm like, oh, well, Brian Dio. They kind of have that sort of similar phrasing, so I thought that's like a perfect song for you guys to cover if you're gonna pick a cover. So.
Our record company president in England seen we were doing it, and he's been around and probably knew Ronnie and probably knows Richie Blackmore.
Okay.
Yeah, and he immediately called me and says, "No, you can't do that."
Wow.
He says, "Rainbow's my favorite song, and you ain't gonna mess it up."
Oh God!
And to find out that he wasn't even crazy about doing covers, any covers. As a press, he didn't want some of his bands. He wasn't interested in bands doing covers. But he bought it.
He still did it anyways.
And that proved to me that it could have been a crapshoot. You know, people might. It's a really iconic song. So how do you? You know, some people might go, you know. But again, Charlie came to bat, and with Marty at the studio, and they we give it a fresh overhaul in the music.
Yeah,
got a 2.0 sound to it. Jimmy, you know, we picked up the beat a bit. Charlie's brilliance on the Middle Eastern vibe at the beginning.
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah. And then Brian Danner sang it just like Dio, which was why try and improve on perfection.
Yeah. But how do you get a cover? Like,
permission?
I know you have to ask permission, or do you have to ask permission?
No, it's published.
Okay,
as soon as the song is published, it's free for anybody to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You obviously have to put their names on the credits. Yeah. If you put your own name, then it's just like what the.
As soon as you record it, all the publishing rights and whoever owns the song is all recorded on the record and actually recorded right in the record. There's a thing called ISRC codes.
Yeah.
Go in every record and identify everything you want to know about what's on that record. So the money that's going to make, we could get royalties for performing it, performance royalties.
Right.
But the bulk of the royalties would go
to like if
Richie,
they played your version on the radio, it would go to like Richie or whoever the songwriter was, right? Would you still get radio royalties? How would that even like
everything that song generates will go to those people.
Okay.
For 50 years after, say, Ronnie's death.
Wow.
And it doesn't even start now at Richie until he passes away.
Oh, okay.
And at the moment, I think they're trying to change that law to 100 years.
Wow.
That's funny because on Man of Vision, we had Charlie Chaplin started. And we had this little talk about from The Dictator, the movie.
Okay.
And it fits so brilliantly. So you hear Charlie Chaplin talking 100 years ago, all of a sudden with a new song 100 years later, and the relevance between the two and the lyrics was uncanny, and it works so perfect.
Yeah.
Was there a little bit of that? Was there a little bit of that in Let Me Go too, Mark? Like in the middle, I don't know if that was you guys. There's like a vocal effect. I don't know if it was Brian messing around.
That's probably Charlie drunk when he was messing with the track.
Yeah, because there's something before the solo. It's a little
started making some noise, a few grunts he never noticed.
No, we're keeping that in.
But then I had to at the 11th hour, I had to get a hold of the Charlie Chaplin Foundation. I thought it was public domain. It's 50 years after the death, but it's like we're 1 year off. So I was subject to those copyright laws.
Wow. Okay.
So I got a hold of these dudes in France, and they tried to Shanghai me, and I just said, "Yeah, it's coming off." So it wasn't on, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It was brilliant. It was
for 1 year, they're just like, "Nope, you can't use."
Yeah, they said, but they wanted a lot of money. They says, if you'd have called us 5 years ago, we'd have probably did it for free. But now we're a very small company, and we're winding it up because in a year, that song will become public domain.
Yeah.
Because Charlie will have been dead for 50 years.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I had to pull it. We weren't prepared to pay like 5,000 euros to use.
Like a little intro thing. Yeah.
Charlie. But then he was in. They didn't realize. I sent them the video. They didn't realize while he was saying those words from The Dictator that I put his image in the video.
Oh, okay.
And then they really went crazy.
Oh.
It says, now you want to use its face. Well, yeah.
Oh, jeez. You know? I don't think Charlie minds. Like, jeez, like.
Yeah, they should have did it. It was very cool.
Yeah, someone made a good point. His daughter might still be, so that might even affect it, right? Because like I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Just that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and what I caught actually again when listening to that. You throw, I don't know if it's you doing it or if it's Charlie doing the Smoke on the Water riff right at the very end of the song.
Charlie threw
I thought that was clever. I was like, wait a second, this Smoke on the Water now.
Yeah.
I thought that was clever. That was
just, I'm sure it was surprising to us as much as it was to you.
It works though.
To the final
it works. They kind of have this.
Beautiful.
They have the same rhythm, not the same.
It's like
the same tempo, I guess you could say. They have the same
April
tempo.
Wine there. I like to rock with.
Yeah, that's true. Throwing these medleys. Yeah, that's true.
Dan.
There you go.
The dude's brilliant. I just, he just gets it.
Yeah,
Charlie's always just got it. He's got a lot of talent. Got a lot of talent, and so does Jimmy. They just get it.
Yeah.
And we're such a complete band now.
Yeah.
We're really, from where we started in 1975. Now, we all know how to play. We all know what to do. What it's going to take. Yeah. But it's still, still a leap of faith and a miracle that's going to take us to get there.
Yeah, and the important thing is you all get along, right? There's no, I mean, I'm sure you have disagreements, but it doesn't get like hostile and like fighting in the studio and all that drama, right?
We get along with the old guys too that are gone. Yeah, we all get along. We're all friends.
Important, yes.
All 6 of us are friends. Yeah, for sure.
I guess Mike just didn't want to do the touring thing anymore. He just retired kind of thing.
Yeah, Mike wasn't into the original thing.
Yeah,
it was again. I guess he was in for the direct. He did live at Liège and was thrilled about it, but he just wasn't into. Got sick of the shenanigans, the traveling.
Yeah,
the craziness. But mostly, I think it was just he really wasn't interested in pursuing new music.
Okay.
And I kind of was saying, Mike, we have no other recourse because of the 45 years, and I think it's important that we really don't have the depth of a catalog like April Wine or Honeymoon Suite or Loverboy. These guys can live off that catalog.
Yeah.
And although all our music still stands the test of time, there just wasn't a lot of bona fide hits.
Yeah.
So how do you? So this was the natural path forward.
Well, one thing, Mark, you putting out this album, I mean, that's just gonna keep the legacy kind of alive. I feel like,
Well, that's the way I feel at this point. It's very cool.
Yeah.
If I can, at least Brian and I came back 45 years later and says we still can do it, and we did it with a couple of great guys, and a lot of and we're getting a lot of respect for the record.
Yeah.
But to really get through all the noise these days and to be our age, I don't know. I'm hoping.
It's remarkable. Honestly, this could be your biggest album in your career. It's like,
that's right. That's right.
Especially now with the internet, right? Anyone can hear it so easily, and then they're, I gotta go get this, and just like it's on Spotify, Amazon Music, all these different. Which I put that in the description. I put all the links to everything, the music videos, all that stuff is there in the description as well.
It's kind of pivotal. The band has brought their best to the table. We all come together, the 4 of us. I mean, we have worldwide distribution on the record. That's nothing to sneer about, And we have 2 record companies, and we're working with some really good people. It is a different era, Mostly we have to do it all ourselves, but we'll see. I believe in miracles, so I'm hoping it's a great record.
Speaking of miracles, well, I said, congratulations. It's been it's number 21 on the Amazon selling list. So.
That's pretty cool. America. I was thinking just for Canada, but it's North America.
Well, wow. That's even better.
I saw that posting. I wasn't sure what exactly it was referring to. Okay.
But it's like if it's going well, I don't know, hinting maybe how about releasing it also as a vinyl? As you can see, I'm a big vinyl collector. I know I'm disappointed. I'm not forcing you to, but I'm just letting you know.
They're deciding. I said it the other day. I went to go see Angel play, and the pres of our record company is the keyboard player for Angel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I said, Charlie, I want some vinyl, even if it's a limited print. And he says, well, I think we can do that, but got to talk to the sales department and whatever their projections are and, all that record company crap. But, a lot of people are screaming for vinyl. Some of our people in Europe won't even buy a CD.
Dan doesn't buy CDs. He only buys vinyl. I told him he's so stubborn. He's a vinyl collector, though.
I think it's going to come, Dan.
Well, it's because I don't own a CD player, Sidney.
You have a computer. Well, I guess computers don't even have CD players anymore. That's true. Yeah, it's true.
It's called an Xbox. That's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the original 5 Teaze records on vinyl, Dan?
Dan's got all of them. Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I mean. This is all vinyl for me there. So
you got the popsicle lady?
Oh, the best of Teaze.
Oh man,
the best cover, right? The best cover, right?
Talk about who said Spinal Tap's got the worst cover. There's no way. Ours is worse, man.
Wait, no, A Taste of Teaze. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, even worse, A Taste. Oh my God! You know, it's hard to live with that one.
I can show it if you want. I can show that album cover.
Go ahead.
Just to show it. Let's
look how bad this thing is.
Was this your idea, Mark? Come on, this is your idea.
Let's see it first.
Oh, hold on. I gotta.
You should do that. You should do that 8-second chat GPT to this thing and see what happens.
Computer is flagged. God.
Yeah. Here comes Sid Vicious.
Let's see. All right.
Okay, I'll talk while you're getting
Let's see. Where's the...
No, it wasn't our idea. It came out in maybe 1992.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now look at that.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Unidisc Records had the nerve to re-release this on vinyl recently.
Really?
Yeah. Why not One Night Stands? Why not anything? They re-released this. Okay.
Sex sells, I guess. I don't know. That's so weird.
Well, I haven't seen any checks yet.
Was this even released on your own record? Was that even on Aquarius or Capitol, or was that on some other weird label that just
funny.
decided?
This just happened really today, and this record we had nothing to do with. Yes, I'll tell you this. 1991, the record came out. We were long broke up. It came out of England.
Okay.
So, and probably someone at Heavy Metal Records or EMI came up with that cover, and I thought, who would have such bad taste, right? And then we got to live with it. They think we made that cover, right? We never did.
Oh boy, yeah.
So someone literally, yesterday or today, came to me and said,
"Oh well."
They messaged me in Facebook, and just out of the blue, they sent me this really bad cover.
Wow.
And he says, "Look at this cover." It was nothing to do with this. Just said, "Look at this cover. Isn't this the worst cover you ever seen?"
Yeah.
It was kind of like some singer or something was sitting on top of a penis, and he was
looked like it's even worse.
A rocket, right? And it was kind of I'm looking at it, and then they said, "Yeah, it was some idiot from England that did this cover." And I said, "It's probably the same dude that did the So there's some crazy guy out there that he should be fired immediately.
It just looks like some punk rock album cover or something. It's just some weird thing.
So now we're in Europe, and people are bringing it up to sign.
Do you sign it anyways and just go, yeah, sure, whatever?
We said we wouldn't sign it. So they come to Kozak, won't sign it. No, they bring it to Danner. He won't even look at it. What are you looking at? They bring it to me. I'm signing it.
Where are you signing it? No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, boy.
That can hands down be the worst cover in rock and roll history.
Yeah, that's one of the worst.
We get blamed for it. Nothing to do with us.
I saw that and I was like, there's no way this is a band thing because it's released way later. So I'm just like, why would you, although 91, decide to just release the best of too? Like, that's kind of,
yeah, and put a popsicle lady on it.
It happens all the time, though. Like with these types of greatest hits or best of that the band has nothing to do with.
Correct.
And they come out with this, the most sexual album cover just to.
We can sell product. It's like,
it could have been paybacks for Danner quitting the band. The label says, "I'll teach him. We'll give him this cover.
Yeah.
Give the pastor this cover."
Really. Like, Walmart's not going to carry that. Stores are just not going to carry that. Like, come on. It's just it's ridiculous.
And Unidisc just re-released it.
Why? I have all my CDs are all Unidisc too. So
vinyl.
Yeah.
I figured, Dan, you got it in your collection yet?
No, I didn't know it existed. But again,
now he wants it.
All studio albums, I usually don't get greatest hits.
Yeah.
If I would have had it, it would probably been my first one. And then I go and buy, if I like the band, then I get the whole thing. Yeah. But thank God, I guess I got the Tour of Japan first.
Yeah, that's basically a greatest hits album, right? The Tour of Japan for the most part.
At least that wasn't the last thing you guys put out, right? Because you got this album cover.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Better album cover, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, we've been at this a while, man. Maybe Jimmy and I should just come over for supper. And we can turn the phones on.
Far way to travel.
Well, I got a jet soon anyway there.
Okay.
But,
Dan's got his own show to do it like an hour. Yeah, but no.
I liked your idea of part 2, though. That was brilliant, Jimmy.
Great. Oh yeah. What did I tell you?
This is only part 1, Mark. And I go, what do you mean? So this is going to be a part 2. It's going to be Kozak and Chuck Price. They're going to talk about us.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
I don't think they would do that anyways. Yeah,
I don't know.
It would be cool to get them on, but like I don't know what yeah, but yeah. Oh,
so here we are.
Yeah. So here you are in
Everybody,
2026, new album. Like it's fantastic that you guys are doing this.
Call your member of parliament. Call your local casino. Call your local promoter. I don't know. Your high school teacher. Get Teaze to come to your town. Buy Rev Your Engines. Follow us. Help us make this dream happen.
Well, Jim, I don't know if you still have the contact to that overflow place there in Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
What, Dan? Jimmy. Of course he does.
Yeah, that's a fairly happening place there. So I mean, if you guys go there, I'll be there.
Well, they're doing. Are they doing original material? Original bands though.
Well, I know in July next month, Metal Church and somebody else. Yeah, they're touring there with 4 bands.
Okay.
And Danko Jones was there.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, they're like
Jimmy. We could book it with Angel.
That would be. Oh my! I'd love to see.
We could book it with Angel, and we could do Ottawa and Montreal.
With Angel, you could probably get the Bronson Theater. That's even a little bit bigger there than that. Yeah. More like there's a few places in town there. Like I said, let me know if I can get you some list of bars or
that'd be great
venues.
Yeah,
there's also the brand new Hard Rock Casino that opened up there. That's like a 1,000 seater.
Oh yeah,
it's like those Aurelia, the casino in Niagara Falls that all these bands seem to be going at there of late.
Yeah,
it's similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's brand new stuff happening in Ottawa, like brand new venues. I'm like, can you fill it up with these types of bands there?
I wouldn't mind getting those contacts from you or those names from you.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Look at for Dan Chartrand.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll get Sid to forward you my information or whatnot there.
Yeah,
and we'll be in contact, and I can get you some names of places and whatnot. And because there's a lots of new venues opening up. Well, that just opened up in Ottawa, but they just need to fill these. And like I said, that Angel thing, like I saw your post there, Mark, on Facebook. There would be nice with the Deco. Angel, Teaze, maybe even Rick Hughes opening. Like those are all Deco.
Angel's on board. No, we've been discussing this.
Yeah, well, there you go.
They've never been to Canada.
Seriously?
I know.
I couldn't believe it. And
that's crazy.
Instead of Teaze Gatto or Teaze Moxie, I'm thinking Teaze Angel.
Moxie's.
There you go.
Well, Moxie's playing right now in Sweden.
I've met Earl Johnson, and
have you?
Yeah, I've met her. Yeah,
Earl.
There's a show. Moxie, Teaze, Angel, Gatto. Just throw them all in there.
You know who else? You know who else, Dan, could be in that show?
Who?
Your Fist.
Oh, I love
wow.
Fist.
Okay. Yeah, they're from Ottawa.
You know Ron?
They're from Ottawa, right? So it'd be easy to.
Neve, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff's from Ottawa.
Okay.
Jeff Nystrom.
Okay.
The whole band originally is from Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
Oh, yeah. I have all Fist albums also, and with Teaze.
Dan has everything.
Well, we've talked about There's a whole slew of us that are not quite working enough, right?
Okay, well, if you come to Ottawa with Fist and all that there, trust me, I'm going to have a big gang there showing up for that.
Well, how many exactly do you call a big gang? I need to know this right now.
Well, it's by
like 10 people. Like
how many?
We're all fat, so.
Oh my God. So you think? Do you have like a lot of tour dates booked to promote this, or are you still just trying to get some gigs settled down or landed?
We've been gigging, but not gigging enough, and we took time off to do this record, and now we're looking to see what happens. Yeah, it's a pivotal moment. We'll see. That's exactly what we're looking for, the gig. There's no money in making records these days.
Yeah.
Streaming and stealing and pirating and so gigging is the way to go, and we haven't had enough gigs, and we have played some nice gigs thus far, but we need more, and we need so that's the idea. That's the idea for sure. Europe, Canada, maybe Japan. Yeah. We're actually gaining a bit of traction in the States, which is unheard of for Teaze. We're unheard of in the States. besides maybe a pocket in San Antonio or something, Texas.
Oh yeah, if you could land that whole Angel thing and get like tons of dates with them, like that would just skyrocket. Because Angel's been touring pretty heavily again, right, for the last couple of years, so that would really help. Because
well, they're claiming it's they're wrapping it up, but
okay,
it's hard to say when you're going to wrap it up. More gigs come. They put together a 50th anniversary package, and that's why I thought that maybe Rev Your Engines number 21 on Amazon was American, because Angel is on the same chart at number 18.
Yeah,
so it's got to be it's not Canada.
No, Canada's not going to have Angel on the charts.
It's Warner. It's a Warner Brothers chart.
Yeah.
So cool. If Warner Brothers gets involved, wow, we might just get to where we want to be.
Yeah, that would be really cool. If you guys are, well, I don't know. I'm in Guelph. I don't know how close. Probably Toronto's probably the closest place you'd be booking in near Guelph.
Why didn't you come and see us in Toronto with Anvil?
There you go.
We were just there.
Is he frozen?
That was October.
I think he just passed away when I told him he missed the Teaze show at Anvil. It's gone. Look at the look on his face.
Yeah, you're not going to come to Toronto to see us at Anvil?
Okay, listen. By the time he starts working, let's just all say goodbye, and he'll come back to an empty screen. Right. Look at him.
Well, yeah, like I said, Jim, let me know. Like, I'll give you some venue names or whatever there. Yeah. Lots happening here, so I could starting anyway. Finally,
Dan, have we been on for 2 hours and 6 minutes?
Yeah,
2 hours 6. We're going on 2 hours and 7 here pretty soon.
Played the French Open or something. Holy shit! Have to go rest. Okay, let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, it's not my show, but like I said, Logan.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't got the.
Well, Logan, yeah.
I don't got any of the things.
I got a jet, guys. I got a jet because I got my own show to do, and there's people just showing up upstairs. Okay. So nice to meet you, Jim and Mark.
You too.
And I hope to see you guys live.
You will.
And I hope you get this album also issued on vinyl. The demand is there. So
thank you so much for having us, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks
for coming on, guys.
Have a good one there, and I'll see you soon. I got a jet. There's people that just arrived here, so
okay, we're out. How do we get out of here?
Take care.
Should be a red exit button. I don't know where it's at.
There we go. God bless. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
See you guys. Should I leave? Should I stay? I think I'm going to leave.
Oh boy, what happened? Oh yeah, power flickered off. All right. What did it kick everybody, or did it just? What happened? Logan. What happened? Logan, can you see me? Logan. What happened? Can you guys still see me? I don't know if you guys can still see me. Oh, that's annoying. The yeah, power flickered off. Okay. Logan's thing is still there. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I didn't get to say goodbye. That's all right. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. It was great to have those guys on. The links are all in the description. It's all on YouTube. It's on Spotify, all sorts of things. And there's also links to go purchase the new album as well. Links for North America, links for Europe and UK that you can purchase them from. So yeah, if you want to buy this album and support these guys, it's on there. So yeah, So thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, this is great to chat to these guys. Fortunately to get to say goodbye, but that's all right. Things happen, right? Power surged or flickered off. So yeah, so thanks everybody for watching. We will be back tomorrow with our Rockin' Around the World series. We'll be watching. We listen to bands. We're in Europe now, so we'll be listening to a band from Malta, where my dad's whole side of the family is actually from, and my wife, and an Italian band as well. So we'll be covering Malta and Italy tomorrow for our Rockin' Around the World show. So this was a great one to do. This was a lot of fun chatting to these guys. They're great guys, as you can see. So yeah, go out and check out these albums. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy your evening. And go check out Dan's show as well. He's got a show at 6 o'clock, so go check out Dan. So yeah, I'd like to thank all the Teaze guys and Dan for doing this. So yeah, have a good day, have a good evening, everybody.